Now, I could have titled this video the way that Moist Critical titled one of his videos saying, "You've never seen me this mad." But at the same time, it's plagiarism. And instead of this making like a little jokey type of self-aware title, it's more of a problem that should have been addressed way before the year of 2016. So I'm pretty sure everyone is well aware about who Donald Trump is. And usually I don't get political in my videos because I'm not the Hassan Piker on my YouTube channel. I am my own person that likes to post my own type of content. With how high this report is and how I was informed by it, I gotta speak up. And with how upset I was, okay, I was so mad that I re-downloaded Twitter, okay, even though I should have left. You're right, I should have left when Blue Sky was the trend. But it got me to re-download Twitter to speak up for my people instead of staying silent. So to give you some backstory as to why I'm making this video in the first place, I got some reports of this Trump rally that was held in Madison Square Garden, which is a sacred place to New York history. Now, in Madison Square Garden, there was a Trump rally, of course, and they hired this comedian called Tony. This isn't a Tony from The Sopranos. This is a Tony that's American, and apparently, he makes good jokes and held at a Trump rally. The one thing that my mom told me about this person was that he made a joke about Puerto Rico. And I was like, okay. And then along with his words, he says,
there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
And that joke pissed me the fuck off. All right. First of all, you do not get to disrespect my people when this is the same man that led a Trump rally at Madison Square Garden, the same man that led 300,000 of my people dead after Hurricane Maria, and the only thing that he did to provide aid was throwing paper towels. And even if he got the most funkiest jump shot that ESPN has recorded, it still has not convinced me to at least make a chuckle. And you know what's funny though? There was even a report that there wasn't even a lot of laughs, okay? It was just some nervous chuckles. They were looking at each other about how offensive this joke is, okay? Like, you know how spread we are? You know how many Puerto Ricans are in America and not just Puerto Rico? Are you not aware that Big Pun is a legendary rapper in New York that is Puerto Rican, along with being friends with Fat Joe that's also a Puerto Rican? Did you know that us Puerto Ricans that were hanging out with the black people in the streets of the Bronx created hip-hop with the backwards hats, the saggy pants, the big-ass shoes, the baggy jacket? We got so much respect from the black community that they gave us permission to say the N-word. Did you know that Puerto Rican food is so underrated and so underappreciated that deserves a lot more respect that some tourists are considering to live here? Except the only downside is that they gotta speak Spanish, which is okay. So what does that make you, a comedian, to make these racially targeted comments and label them as jokes, when really at the end of the day, at the end of that rally, you disrespecting my island, you disrespecting my home, you disrespecting my people, my ancestors, my family, and the victims of Hurricane Maria and Hurricane Irma? And instead of making a couple of laughs in that Trump rally, you made over 100,000 American citizens that were in that Trump rally and watching that Trump rally fear for their lives when you were targeting an island that's part of American territory for some jokes that you thought could kill at a Trump rally and could kill at a club, when really you're the only one that's going to be killed, and the only memory they're going to have you is yourself on a t-shirt. And that same thing goes for every influencer that have been supporting Trump. Aiden Ross, Logan Paul, Bryce Hall, hell, Lil Pump. And I hope that you all get the same treatment that happened back in July 13, 2024. This convicted felon has gotten impeached twice and have failed twice. This convicted felon has been attempted to be assassinated 3 times. Is everybody forgetting January 6th? Because I feel like a large majority of you have forgotten about that. Now sure, he may have a right to run for president, but I bet every dollar I got, he cannot do one push-up. And yes, I do agree what Bad Bunny is saying. Vote for Kamala Harris as president and vote for Tim Walz as vice president. Both of these people are not losers. These people will lead America the right way that it should have been given before 2016. And J.D. Vance, okay, the somewhat savior for America, led this rumor that a bunch of Haitians are eating cats and dogs. And this whole rumor, okay, was a lie. It wasn't even the truth. Reason why they did this? To get more voters. How does he still have the liberty and the right to have a voice speaking on a microphone for a Trump rally? This country is cooked. This country is not saved. Okay, this country is in danger. If Trump and JD Vance win as both president and vice president, we cannot be people of color living in America anymore. Project 2025 is not the American dream. And it's like what Cory Booker said. These people will rely on Trump over truth. Ever since January 6th, the Trump supporters are like stock market employees, okay? They don't know what they're saying. They just like having their mouth open, like a prostitute. And it's sad, really, because these are people from their generation that should have been led into an inspiration and except should be led as a bad example to avoid. Regardless of how you feel about this whole election and this whole vote, I am voting for Kamala Harris. And I am voting for Tim Walz, and I hope you do too. Because with how many people that are people of color that are hidden because of these white supremacists, of these racists, of these Republicans, Democrats that think that we don't have a right to stay. We do have a right to stay. We're just focusing on the wrong amendment to speak. And sure, I may not know a lot about politics, but I had enough of the bullshit. Now, I don't speak for everyone, but I speak for myself, and that is a phrase I've said in some of my videos. And I'm saying that I don't think that Trump should be voted for president, and instead it should be taught a history lesson. With all that being said, that's all I gotta say for this video with this whole rant of me being upset. And yeah, I mean, believe it or not, like Trump, like this comedian, including Trump, led me to re-download Twitter instead of leaving Twitter permanently. Like, that's how bad it is. With all that being said, I'll be seeing you all later. And my final words before I end this video, Puerto Rico para siempre.